What's going on, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to episode 10 of Captain of Industry. Now, in our last 10 episodes, we've actually done quite a bit. Um, we used all of our oil up that was over here, so this is now, we're not even using this, but we are mining this wall out to bring it down a lot lower. Um, Now, I've been thinking about a couple of things. I do want to boost our production because at the moment it is quite slow, um, especially with concrete um, being a very hard item to get at the moment. And that is because of the water. We just don't have enough of it. But I'm actually thinking of trying to get away from these, um, trying to get away from these kilns. Um, as well as our fuel seems to be pretty good. What else have we got? We're not really making the sour water because we haven't discovered it yet. We are slowly unlocking our construction 3. Our construction 3 um, construction parts. Or sorry, our tier 3 construction parts, I was to say. Now I've got the game paused just for now, just until I'm just trying to remember exactly what I've got going on here as I go along and trying to figure out what we're going to do. So I'm going to get rid of this. This is going to be one of the first things we get rid of. I do have a truck here that's dumping it. It's actually clearing it at all now. And I believe it should be taking it over to these incinerators here. So what we're going to do is, just to make it a little bit easier, where is it? Here we go. If we add a couple of these just on the back row here, we chuck those down. They require tier 2 construction parts, which is, or because we've got plenty of stock here, but no vehicles are actually able to get it. How can we solve that? Well, what we can do is we can grab another one of these, chuck it there, and change it to construction parts level 2. Now, this is going to be a bit of a nuisance, but there's not really too much we can do about it. That there is going to be an issue. Might chuck that there. It's really not going to like that at all. Okay. Yeah, okay. We might be a little bit stuck here. Actually, what we can do is we can chuck a lift just here, like so, connect that up, and then connect it up to here as a level 2 height, run it all the way to the back here next to this post, and we should be able to go straight into there. Now when we unpause it, it should start building all of those things. What I'll get it done doing is, oh, rubber is an issue? Rubber an issue? Oh, we got rubber here. Alright, well, in that case, we will... why don't we have any rubber is the question. We've got 250 of it sitting somewhere. Is that what's sitting in here? No, there's only 64 sitting in there. So where is the rest of this rubber that we supposedly have? Not too sure. But what we can do is we can grab ourselves a storage to add on to here. We'll put it reasonably close because we're not really planning to put anything else into here. Still, we're going to have to wait for it to be built, but we're waiting on our tier 2 parts. Oh, we've got plenty of them here. And we're going to also have to start, yeah, okay, so unboost that and turn that on. We do have the people now to to run this, so we'll stop that. We don't need any more vehicles being built, as much as they are sitting there waiting to be built. We won't worry about it just yet. We'll let our parts go up onto our into our factory first. With that, that's been built, so we should have our maintenance going back up now. Because that's currently what we're waiting on is that, and we'll unboost our assemblies as well, because we don't need them boosted. We don't have any concrete coming in. What do we got here? So you got coal, but you can't empty because there's dirt that is full. And we got trucks taking the dirt now. And we almost need to make something completely separate. A completely separate ore sorting plant that would sort out our limestone as well as our other parts as well, because I don't really want this in here. But all of it's still going in here. There's also trash in here that somehow worked its way into here. I'm not 100% sure how that has happened. Well, I can see how that's happened. So it seems like this excavator is like it's completely mining out this to be level. So this mustn't be level to a point. I don't know why. What have I got? I've got dirt allowed on there, but I don't have the trucks to get stuff moving. Seems to be the issue. Let's see if I've got enough to build this. I do, so we'll get that built straight away. Do I have enough for that? I do, and I do not have enough for that. We'll give it a little bit of time, and it will sort itself out. We also got some more refugees. We'll get that built quick as well. That way, vehicles don't have to worry about importing or exporting out of here. It will automatically set it to here. For a very basic setup, it is very rough. We could definitely fix a lot of it up. While that's an issue, we can't really do much about that. Now, we also don't seem to be having as much coal, so we will set that as a high priority to get as much coal in there as possible. We're going to say that these guys can export out of here, but because of our stone being full now, it looks like, yeah, our stone is full, and because our dirt's full, it's just, yeah, it's a mess. We've got too many trucks on there, so what I'll actually do is I'm going to scale back the trucks for there. We'll take actually all the trucks off there, all the excavators off there, and we'll add two onto our trash mound, and we'll add some more into our coal. Because at the moment we are running out of coal, which is not good. We have 13 pickup trucks available, so I'm going to say we only need 7 with the 7 excavators, and that gives us 18 trucks in total, and hopefully we're not as busy. But we still need this coal over here. We are also out of fuel. That is because we are out of steam, and that's because steam is also out of coal. So I'm going to change this back to a 7, and I'm also going to set this to a 7 as well. So they're two of the highest priorities. That way we can manage our fuel and our electricity, because at the moment we are struggling quite a bit. Now the water situation is pretty good. We have no issue with that. But our coal situation is pretty bad, and that's because we just can't get these materials out quick enough. Yeah, now rock is full. Looks like this is slowly getting bigger too, so I wonder why it's... Oh, okay, so if we change that maybe to -10, it will keep dumping. No, we're out of the power, that is the issue. Okay, we're out of power, out of maintenance as well. The issue with the maintenance is we're not producing enough. We're not producing enough to make enough, so that's currently sitting at 191. We make 220 every 60 seconds. We're consuming 191 every 60 seconds, so we should hopefully get back on track with that not being boosted, but the issue we're having is not enough trucks. That there is waiting on copper. That's because we have no copper here and because we have no power at all. But we can't run any backup power, so let's have a bit of a think here. We've got no fuel coming in. We only have 2 fuel, and I presume that's what's sitting in this truck here. It's got 6. We've got no coal. So I'm going to set this tower here to specifically... no, maybe here. Specifically mine coal. And that should set it for all, or for most of them, hopefully. No, it doesn't. That's alright. Let that do its thing. That's why I sort of like to clear the top off just to get rid of all this excess material that we don't need. To sort that out for us. Our trash is being burnt, which is good. We shouldn't be accepting trash in here, and I don't know why we have been. Oh, so auto assigned products. There we go. When enabled, products will be assigned automatically when trucks need to sort them. Ports still need to be assigned manually. Turn that off, and we can actually take dirt and rock out of it. So hopefully now, with that sorted, well, we're going to have an issue here. How much does one of these cost? They do cost a little bit. So let's go back here. Let's assign dirt and let's reassign the stone. And they should be able to drop all that in there, get that sorted. I don't think they're actually sorting any of it because we have no power and we also have no fuel either. So what can we do about this? Can't really take a loan. I don't really want to look at that at all because that is significantly higher than last time I looked at it. Yeah, we need 2.53. Yeah, so I think we just need to wait it out. Yeah, we can't really do much about it. They're still mining up the trash and burning it. Probably are going to lose a bit of unity from that, but that's just because we're mass burning a lot of this trash to get rid of it, and as well as that, we will be losing our landfill pollution as well. What can we add here to try to help us? That's going to cost 1. We can add that onto there. And we can probably just unboost these as well. It's not really much else I can boost in order to get stuff moving. Yeah, I don't really have a choice. Everything is slowly clearing out though, but still with this stone situation. Um, yeah, we pretty much filled it up just from mining this, and that's what's caused us this big issue here. So let's have a look at our vehicles. What can we do about that? Well, our partially loaded trucks. We've only got 3 trucks idle at the moment. We've still got rock coming in. We have no fuel. We have, yeah, everything's pretty much at a standstill. Yeah, I don't know what we can do about this. What we could do is, where's our things there? So let's send him home. What we might be able to do is actually, we are dumping landfill out here. Well, not anymore, thankfully. Do we have any alternatives for power just yet? No. No, so we're still running that power there, which we're waiting on the coal for. There is trucks with mainly coal, but because it needs to be mixed, it's hard to do that. So let's just spend a bit of Unity just to clear out some of these trucks with their resources. And this should hopefully get us back going. So yeah, so it looks like some of our coal that we spent has now just gone into our system here, and we should now just start clearing this out. Now I'm going to pause this line for now. That way we can build up a bit of coal in here, because that is what we're waiting on mainly. And I'm going to say to not worry so much about the fuel. We're going to set this up to the next tier up. So hopefully most of our coal now goes to there. This guy here, what's he got? He's got 2 dirt, so he has to dump. He doesn't really have a choice. Okay, so we are moving material around. The iron ore is building up slowly. Our ship should be back. It's got plenty of diesel. Let's get rid of that and let's export all of that. So we've got diesel in here. We should have some trucks heading over to hopefully take that diesel out. No, they're just filling up with it. That's all right. But we have got power. We have got things moving. We've got plenty of coal moving around now. And hopefully we can prevent that stone from building up again, as well as that dirt. As long as we can have trucks there emptying them constantly. Where these trash trucks come from, I have no clue. We seem to be processing our trash pretty good. But the concrete problem here is probably our biggest problem, as well with the wire. We have got these things assembling them now. We don't have the construction parts level 3 yet, so let's have a look. So we're starting to get larger vehicles. Now with that, it would probably be best to make a couple. And that way what we can do is we can actually assign them 1 truck each to these to actually clear them off manually, so that way we're not trying to fight all this extra resources here that we don't need. And I'm actually going to set this up to a 6, so that way it stays empty. Set that as a 6 as well. Now we're just getting full of limestone here, so what we're going to do is we've got 5 trucks there. Let's get rid of 5 of the trucks away from there, because we don't need that many trucks on limestone, seeing that we're not using it as much at the moment. We'll also unpause that pipe because we do have a lot of food, and a lot of food is actually being wasted at the moment. So I don't really want that, as well as our vegetables and our potatoes are full with more vegetables in our storage. So I'm not too worried about the whole water situation there. But it looks like we're slowly getting through our copper now, building another bypass to get into our our rainwater here. Oh, sorry, our water pump. With that rain, that is beautiful. All right. So, the way we're probably going to have to do this is, because we're waiting on copper wire, is we might actually just boost these two here just to get more copper wire built up here that they can take. As well as, how's our iron looking? Our iron is actually pretty full there. Yeah, we've only taken a little bit out of it. We are still making construction parts level 1 as well as more construction parts level 2. Now, I believe once we unlock these larger vehicles, we do get our large ore sorting plant, which is very expensive to get. It's 450 construction tier 3 parts as well as steel, which we're not quite there yet. Now, I have got blueprints unlocked. I have got quite a few here that I've made over time, as well as I've borrowed off COI's or Captain of Industries webpage, where people put stuff in there. Now we can set up a little system here to help with this mining. Where I'm going to put it, I'm not too not too sure at all. We do need 80 Tier 1 construction parts. We don't have the loose storage level 2 yet, I don't think. Oh, we do. We actually have those unlocked. Okay. That is good. Yeah, our stone isn't quite going out quick enough. Oh no, so we have stone here, but the output is full for, yeah, stone. Why is, oh, because I haven't got it set as rock. There we go. All right, now it should go. Should be clearing out. Got dirt coming out on that line. The stone's being cleared. And these should also be getting cleared as well. It should still keep sorting through all that stuff. As much as I would like to set these up as something like this to try and get it to this line, is probably going to be a bit harder to do at the moment. I mean, it's not necessarily impossible, but let's actually just have a look at that, how hard it would be. So I need to get these up to a level 5 height, which is quite possible there. And then I need to run it down the side here. Now, I'm not too worried about this space here. This is empty space at the moment. And if we were to connect that up to there, we can build that straight away. So let's do that. And then what we'll do is we will just, I want everything to clear off this line. So let's actually get this to destroy. I don't know if they're going to be able to reach it or not. This will give us a few parts back that we much need. So we'll clear that away, as well as clear these two away. And can I reach that down there? I can. Beautiful. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Unity to just quickly dismantle these couple of things here just to get some parts back. Yeah, our ore sorter is still slowly processing parts. But yeah, our next ore sorter size, like, it's a lot bigger. I think it also has a lot more. Yeah, well, if we have a look here, that's that's a normal ore sorter. But I think with where am I at? I think the next ore sorter is just a lot bigger to help out with a few things. But all that is leaving. We will need to get our iron producing again, so we're just going to unpause our coal for now, because that will back itself up. There's no issue with that. We should hopefully be taking some of our electronics out of here as well to make our tier 2 parts. Yeah, so it is making those. Now to make our tier 3 parts, that one there. Our tier 3 parts, we need steel, and to make steel we need molten iron as well as oxygen, which is a little bit harder to do, because then we need to look at getting one of these, an air separator, and they're 100 tier 2 parts. But at the moment, having very minimal space is making it very hard, and that's why I'm trying to expand out. I'm trying to expand out here while also trying not to lose space here. Because if I lose the space here, they can't actually get up anywhere else. So the plan is to hopefully expand inland a bit, wait for this to be done here, and once this excavator gets through it, we'll be a lot better. But we sort of do need to look at planning our system a little bit better as well for our construction parts. Well, anyway, that there is building up quite high, so that builds up to a little bit higher than our land. So let's go and say make that a 11. It should keep dumping, but it shouldn't spike too much more than that. I mean, we always can just level it out if need be. It will keep running down the side. At the moment, we do have a lot of resources trying to get through there. It is being backed up a bit, so let's build a second one there, and we'll also connect up a line to it as well. We'll quick build that just so it can keep processing that stuff out, and we will break that one down. We will also break that all down there. I'm probably going to have to look at maybe blocking a line up here, because our stone situation is still pretty bad. We won't get that until we can get our next layer belts, which are here. So what I'm going to do is stop that research for now and just start our research on those to get it through hopefully a little bit quicker. These here have stopped because we're missing our parts to make them. And why is that? Because we have no maintenance. Not no maintenance, but we have no parts being built. So let's get those built. As well as that, we'll unpause this to get this building a little bit more, because I do think it is taken up from our storage. We do have no maintenance whatsoever. That has been completely wiped out. That's just because we can't build our parts quick enough. So let's chuck a second thing here for the iron ore. Let's get that built up straight away. We'll also boost that. We do have a little bit to play with here. We could be earning more with water, but at the moment our water's constantly in and out because we don't have a solid stream there. As well as we seem to be out of coal again. So we will pause our coal line here. And here's the issue. If we had tier 2 belts, it would help us a lot more. As well as we're not just mining coal either, which is also a big issue. I have 24 trucks available. Let's just add 15 onto there. Now, that is going to make it a bit harder to build some stuff, but hopefully it will sort itself out. As well as these being boosted, we should be catching up on our maintenance, which we are. Now, these do hold 40 of each, I believe. Our wire is built up. We are producing fuel, and our coal is also stocking up, which is beautiful. Hopefully with having these two boosted, we do push resources a lot faster through here. As well as we're just waiting for this to build up. If we have a look here, this holds 61, so everything should now start backing up, which will allow us to start making our research again. And with that, we got 16 here, and we need 360 of them to make it. So each 6 gives us 6.2, so we actually have a modifier on here. I think we've also got enough unity to actually make another modifier to increase it by 15%, which gives us 7.1, so we actually get the extra one. And yeah, okay. I'll build this one up just so that way we can store more coal in there and we don't use it as much. This all seems to be backed up because we are back to mining a lot more stone again. There is a lot of stone to clear here in order to access this coal that is down here, but at the moment we can't really access it. We do have some pure coal trucks here, and he's dumping straight into our sorter there. But once we do clear this out, all this coal down here, this is all pure coal. We won't have an issue with that. We'll have a bit of an issue when we start, but after that we won't have an issue at all. And I think that's what stopped us, was for the fact that our coal was being an issue. And we have no iron, and I wonder why that is. We have iron trucks here, but nothing ready to... Oh, I know exactly why, because we've gone reject single load products. And they can't access that iron, so let's keep that rejected. And for the system we have here, let's break all of this up, do a quick build. And what we will actually do is we'll grab a flat lift here, chuck it up to our max level, build one there, and we could almost build one just there. And we break that down, quick clear that, quick build that, and quick build this one. We need to rotate this around so it goes in like so, and then we will connect this up here. I just want to make it so it goes in a straight line here and goes straight across, so it gives us clear access to all of that. Beautiful. Now they should be able to drop iron straight into there, and that's why our iron ore is so full there. Now, loan overdue. I really don't want to look this, but I get so curious. Yeah, we're at 14,000. So to be able to pay off our debt, it is going to be extremely hard. It's probably something that we're going to have to do in small increments to try and pay it off. It is extremely high, as well as our reputation has taken a big hit. There's no way to sort of try and fix this. We're going to have to build from the ground up to try and get it sorted. And I don't really want to be using these to make our, or to sell off just yet. We actually could build this up, even if we boost it for now to make our tier 2 parts, and even if we use that to make our make our system a bit better. We'll actually get rid of that, and we could probably try and use something else and use it to pay itself off, to try and combat that sort of decline. But the interest rates are at 12% and our fees are 15%, so it is a lot higher, as well as we only get less volume. So we've probably messed up our loan system in this, and we probably won't be able to recover it till way later into the game. But if we could stockpile stuff, it would be a lot better. We need to turn this off so we can start getting our diesel again. At the moment we're about to run out of fuel. What I'm also going to do is actually upgrade this to a tier 2. And that way we can hold a lot more fuel. We probably could look at building our second one here. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to think about it and do it. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to actually think about using it. We are going to boost these back up here. And need to sort something out about our water, because at the moment we've got no fresh water, which gives us a chance for a disease. We're going to stop our refugees from coming in, because at the moment we've only got 14 free housing and our settlement is now overcrowded. I think once we clear this, we might actually redesign a little bit of our system over here, and we might actually look at putting our second farm up here, but on putting it on this side, and that way we stay clear from that stuff. And what we'll do is, once we move some stuff, so this city won't actually stay here forever, it will be moved, and we can bring our farms back over to here onto the green grass, because that's what they need. And if we have a look here, we've got 5 levels of dirt there, 6 levels there, so there is a bit of dirt. We can also make dirt with compost. Yeah, okay, so now things are broken and are breaking, and that is because our global demand is a lot higher, so let's boost that for now. Let's turn our boost off for our oil and fuel. These should only be making until it is full, which it's about to be. So this will just work at its own pace. We are slowly expanding out here though. It is looking a lot better. And our fuel consumption from our vehicles is a lot better. Now I would like to do this, but I don't think we are in the path just yet to be able to do that. We do have a boost in our food. There's nowhere else we can actually gain. There's nowhere else we can actually gain any more things from. I think that's our only one we can actually gain from. Might just unboost these as well, because we do have quite a bit of our plates being made. These make 12, 24. This needs 24 being boosted, but once we unboost it, it's only just for everything for the maintenance wise being built up, so everything has time to build up. A lot of the stuff is already sort of there. Our pickups are mainly, and our excavators are our main issue for build up, but we do have enough oil sitting there at the moment. This is currently using our heavy oil, so we're going to pause this now. We can unboost that as well and pause that. I'm also going to come over here and disable natural population growth. And yeah, the issue with the water is just going to constantly keep going up and down because we can't keep a certain level in here, which is causing us the issue. But we do have a few more vehicles filling this up a lot more often now. I do think we've built a few more vehicles. We do have 114 now. And we're not producing because we don't actually have any more iron, and that's because we've got this pause. So let's unpause that. This isn't producing because we don't have any of the maintenance there. That's all right. Our maintenance is going up quite quickly now. We're already at 53%. It is going to keep going down until we sort out this system here. Our water is going up. Seems like we are starting to use a little bit more, but it is our potato harvest. And we're waiting on limestone, which I think some trucks are pulling out of here, some trucks aren't. Yeah, so we're gonna put a pause on this for now. I don't want to give it any more water just yet. It does have 4 water sitting in it. And we are still making our concrete. But we've almost maxed out on our tier 2 parts, so let's actually consider about repaying 100 of these off. Means we only need 19, so let's come back here and let's say that this is going to keep paying for now, which I think it is. I think it is still paying it off. Our fuel's now 16,000. Our next payment is 376, so I do think we're actually able to pay it off because now we hold 500. Probably our next thing to do, we could probably start paying it off now. It is such a large amount to pay off. We got 44 years left to repay this debt. We did minus 100 off of it, but we added 1,080, so our number is going up, and it's going up quite significantly. We only owe 374 in 9 months, so we do have a bit of time for that. So let's actually set that to a higher priority, and let's actually work about starting to pay it off. We are still making more vehicles. We do have 94 workers, so it does give us room to expand. Let's unpause one of these. Let's boost our system back up here as well. We'll also make this a tier 2. So that will need 70, so that will actually get made first. Should be having trucks here to drop it off. Our fuel is going down pretty quick, and that is because we are now starting to use this, and I think we actually are going to hit our number here. I'm hoping that it does stay at that, because I think the number we had before was a bit unrealistic for what we are actually trying to achieve. How are we going here? We're waiting on our construction parts, and that's because we're waiting on our concrete. Our conveyor belt is still waiting to be built. and that's because the whole maintenance situation, and because we don't actually have enough iron. Um, it is building our iron up slowly, which is a good thing. I don't know if we can actually upgrade our blast furnace yet. No. Once we do that, we actually get a bit more efficient with our iron. We start getting more out of it, and we're able to smelt a lot more. But until we can get our next layer of conveyor belts, we can't really do too much about this. We're just gonna have to let it work and do its magic. Now, copper ore seems to be getting a little bit lower as well. Should be splitting these off pretty evenly as well, so it shouldn't be an issue there. But yeah, we don't have enough copper on these lines. And that could be because we're not mining copper. Let's have a look up here. So we have our 2 trucks here. We have 6 trucks in total. They're mining pure copper. So they're taking it straight and dumping it straight into our copper spot here, which is good to see. So they are keeping it up. This thing is full of coal, so once we do get that tier 2, we can actually get coal in here a lot faster and looking at getting a lot more things done. With that, how is our food looking? Our food looks like it's actually going down. How's our potatoes up here? Looks like we just had a harvest of potatoes. We've got trucks heading up here to pick up vegetables and potatoes. We produce 15 a month, every 16 seconds. We're looking at 39 in 0.3 months, so they should be collecting that. Our freshwater situation is still pretty bad, as well as our situation here. Right. Why are you guys not chucking stuff in here? Because I can't get it out quick enough? Yeah, that is exactly the issue. And because our slag has been built up as well. So I'm actually going to come here and chuck another one just on the, probably about there. And we'll just connect up a line to that for now. We'll get that built ASAP, and we don't have enough construction parts tier 2 to make the rest of it. That's right, that should keep the line going for a little bit now. Probably not the best idea to connect these up. Our slag is slowly getting full, so I'm going to say for trucks to keep that half empty, and that should hopefully help with that. Does seem like we are mining a lot more pure coal at the moment though. We do have all the trucks here that are trying to get in but can't fit in because our rock is full. As well as probably because our coal is full as well. Let's just have a look at this. Why is that? They must have gave us another 10 years to redo this. The next payment's in 3 months, and I think that's going to be an issue for us because I don't think we've got enough concrete being produced. Yeah, we're waiting on the water, so let's just pump that straight in for now. Let's just get our concrete being produced. So we do need our tier 1s, that's what we're waiting on here. let's actually look at building ourselves. I do have a blueprint for it. Um, let's look at building. What's that? That's something completely different to what I need. Um, what am I looking for? This one here. We need 505 tier 2 parts for this. Hmm. So that's not going to work at all. So let's actually just come over here and pause our slag line just to get this so it's constantly moving, because I think that's our issue. We can't get our rock out quick enough and it's just building up constantly. We have a few more vehicles dropping a few things off. As well as our iron ore is building up now. Our coal is slowly building up. We do have a truck coming in and taking coal. And where is he taking that exactly? He's taking that over to our power plant. That's right. If we don't have fuel, that's fine, as long as we have coal. Let's unpause that. So that should be making a way now, and looks like we are still somewhat doing alright. Our truck should be, our truck, our boat should be heading off now to go and start our next bit there. Should have a bit of oil in both of these to be able to keep it going. We have sealed our buffer in here. I think this number is going down slowly. We actually got 11 the last month, or the last year. But it looks like we have been paying it off slowly. If we can pay that off, our fuel is slowly being paid off as well. We only need 374 for our fuel. And by looking at our reputation, it is actually going back up. Our reputation is going back up. We were at 11.5, now we're at 13, so it is actually going back up, which is good to see. Our fuel situation should be going pretty good as well. It is just our coal situation here that we got to get, as well as our maintenance. But I do think we are building more trucks. We do have 17, and they are waiting on those parts there. We have 15 sitting in here currently. We're about to have 17, so we get 2 every one. I'm going to put a pause on this thing here, and a pause on that. I'm going to unpause this one. Actually, if we pause that one, probably be better. Because these do have a capacity of 60, so I don't really want to use these if I can help it. And I want to build some of that maintenance up, or some of the mechanical parts in here. Because at the moment they're sitting pretty low. They have no buffer, or no buffer at all. We're going to have to keep this boosted unless we build a second one, and I'm not quite ready to build a second one just yet. Our power situation is looking pretty good. To get rid of some of these power symbols, I'm going to come back over here and turn on our consume if can, and apply that. That should get rid of some of these other bits and pieces. And we seem to also be out of water because we're out of coal. So we're going to send that as a 6. Because water and coal are a bit more important than fuel. go. So we are still slowly getting water, but we need to get the coal ASAP. So there seems to be some trucks heading over here to drop some coal off by the looks of it. Here's one here. And as long as it can get on quick enough. So I'm thinking we don't necessarily need probably 2 steam generators, so I might just pause one of these for now and only run the one, because it makes 6 megawatts and these only use 3, so we can run 2 off of just the one and see if we can get a bit better, a little bit better economy out of, well, not economy, but a bit more efficiency out of our steam, because that's the issue at the moment. I think we're burning more than what we actually need, and these steam turbines are constantly running. They don't stop running at all. So as long as I can keep putting out maybe just the one, we might actually solve our issue a lot quicker. We do have water coming in a lot quicker now. Why has this been stopped over here? Probably, yeah, it's got oil. It's got no steam over here. It's got no steam because it's got no water, and that's because our water system over here is all blocked up. But yeah, so far this looks like it is working a lot better. Once this builds up, it'll actually stop itself, so there's no need to... Where is this truck headed? It's going to pick up fuel, that's alright. I was making sure he wasn't going to just go and dump that somewhere. What do we got going on here? So you are still picking up dirt, which is a issue. These cost 80. How many do we have in here? We have 30 parts here. We have 21 until we pay that off, and that opens very shortly. Once we pay that off, it'll be a lot better for us. Our reputation is going up. We're now at 14.5. What other products can we borrow? Is there something that can probably help us out? If we were to do another one for 50 years, we could still only borrow 100. Or we can't even borrow anything, actually. Not until we pay this one off, I think, and not until our trade reputation goes up. But it is going up. We are slowly filling everything up. Should be a truck heading over here shortly to drop off these parts. Here's one here, here's a second one, and that's those parts paid off already. Beautiful. Yes, we can see our debt, it is slowly going down. And that's because we have no concrete here. We do have a significant bit of iron, so let's see if we can actually buy some concrete, which we can. We can also use our wood if we want to buy some more concrete. So now here they should be coming to collect some of that and dumping it straight over into our storage here. I thought I paused this. Did I not pause it? Maybe I didn't pause it. We are waiting on limestone though. We are starting to build up our maintenance inside our storage now by the looks of it too, which is good. Our iron is still going up pretty good. Our fuel's taken a bit of a drop, and I'm going to say it's because our fuel selling has opened, which we've got our trucks dropping fuel into there. It's 256. We've got 2 months left to do it. Yeah, we almost do need to get our second side set up here. Now I'm pretty sure with our light oil can be used to, well, let's have a look here. If we click on our diesel to make it, we actually make it with heavy oil. We can also make it with naphthalene as well with hydrogen. Hydrogen is not a bad idea. It's got cooking oil and ethanol to make diesel as well. Yeah, so we just need to get that second one sorted. And we do have our parts in our buffer to get going again. Have a look at our loans. It is still going up. And we are still making our payments of 374 every 10 months, or every year, sorry. We've got 11 years left to pay off our debt of our parts here. So probably to make that number a bit easier, I wonder if we were to pay 20 off, we only owe 19. So that's all right. 19 in 8 months, we're building it up. We've got 22 sitting over there at the moment. We have 17, so yeah, for some reason we've got a 5 here. There's an extra 5 somewhere. I'm not too sure where it is, and I can't seem to find it for the life of me. But it is somewhere. These guys are still burning trash. I still have the issue with these ones that have got dirt. But all these trucks that are filling up with just normal trash are sorting themselves out. So what I'll do is I'll actually quick remove these. That will get them going again to hopefully help get rid of that trash there. We have got a solid way through it. Our trash, two incinerators here, or our burners, are going through this trash pretty good. We're not having any issues with them. We almost could get away with using just one of them, I think. Because yeah, we can get rid of 18 every 60 seconds. We do get air pollution though. And I think if we have a look here at our health, air pollution's sitting at 3.9, which is a big issue. But if we were to get our water back up, it'd probably do a lot better for us. Yeah, so not really too much we can do. You have one free housing spot though. So what I'll actually do is I'll get rid of this natural population growth, and hopefully we can fill up that one spot there. Fuel station is out of fuel. That is alright. We aren't going to be able to make this payment, which is going to be an issue. Which means we're going to be added, we're going to get a we're going to have a big issue there. Have we paid off? We have. Okay. I'll just let our construction parts tier 2 build up a little bit more. And that way we can actually probably start looking at building our second one here. Which we could almost just do it now. Just to quick build it. Push that oil through. Get things moving. There we go. Now steam's moving into all of these. Everything will be getting filled up a lot quicker now. Our fuel should also be going up a lot quicker as well. And we might just look at boosting these two as well. And we will demolish that because there's no need to have that here. Where that oil went, I'm presuming it went back into one of these things here. And what is this? Our light oil is too full. Okay, so let's look at upgrading that. And our sour water isn't an issue, just our light oil. So let's look at upgrading that as well. And why have we stopped production here? We are out of steam again. That's right, we've got a truck that's just bringing some over. The rock situation is still pretty bad. Yeah, there's not too much we can do about it. I would like to set up a different station for the rock, but because we're mining ore as well in it, is what's making it hard to be able to sort out this stuff. Like, we got trucks here that've got pure rock. That is a much better alternative than having part colony, because now that truck's going to want to wait, which is what we're seeing here. Is trucks are waiting because they can't empty. But we have almost got our level 2 belts going. Now, to make them, we are going to need construction parts tier 3, which we just don't have yet. Let's look at buying some more, what do you call it, concrete. Can we sell rubber frame? We can actually sell 20 rubber for 40 wood. So we can actually make a pretty good alternative, even though we do have a lot of trees here and our tree harvester is working at it. He's got 4 trucks assigned to him. And I think it's 10 wood per tree, if I'm correct. Yeah, so it's 10 wood per tree, so every 2 trees is 1 truck. We have our lab parts going. We need... what do we got going on here? Yes, we're getting a pretty solid amount here. We've only got 60 left, and then we've unlocked that. It's not running because our output for stone is full. Yeah, that is a big issue, is our outputs. And we do have our concrete in there, which they should be bringing straight over to here. Our maintenance is building up. Or sorry, our mechanicals building up. Our maintenance is pretty much full. Our electronics here are pretty good. We might just boost this one here. Make them a bit faster, and that way they can take it out of there to keep going with our lab equipment here. We actually are almost there. We only need, what, 20 more? And that will be done. I haven't really bothered about too much more exploring, and that's because, well, most of it is now enemies. And I'm going to say these 2 here, if we were to go either, it's going to be an enemy as well. So I haven't bothered too much about that just yet. And we should be there now. Right. Now, in saying that, as much as we do have iron coming out of here, we need to look at making steel. Now to make the steel, how much would that cost to upgrade if we were to? We would need 19 and 18 rubber. And that's just for that small area. Let's have a look at our debts real quick. So we could almost pay our loan off outright. Let's repay that many. We've only got 13 left to pay. Or 13 next month. Now we've only got 12. Let that keep building up a bit more, and we'll pay that last 30 off. Our trade reputation is going up, our interest rate's gone down, our fee is still the same. Multiplier is now 0.8. That has also gone up. Our construction part tier 2s are going back up again. We are still paying it off yearly. We are still managing to pay off our fuel debt yearly, which is good. We aren't having an issue with our power just yet either, which is a good sign. But our fuel, we might just change this. So that's a 6. That's a 6. Let's actually look at changing that to maybe a 7. So I don't think there's anywhere else that's actually taking coal just yet. But we need concrete. That's what we need to focus on. So to make our concrete, we got a couple of different ways. To make a cement, which is also what we need limestone plus coal, and that makes a cement. And then with our cement, we need to add manufactured sand and gravel because we don't have access to our sand just yet. Or we could even use crushed slag. That would probably be a good alternative as well. But I'm just looking now, our food is going down. We only have 40 months left of food. Why are you guys not producing as much? I guess that's a good question. Still wonder why these guys are mining over here. Well, this guy's taking stuff to be dumped over. Oh, he's coming to actually go get some more fuel. I see. Okay, let's actually change this to a 6 because we need diesel. We need to be able to pay off our loan. We do have enough to pay that off. That is now successfully paid off. Now we could borrow some more. I don't really want to. I want to try and keep our debts low now, and that way we're not having to pay off something that we cannot do, like the fuel. We're only just starting to bring our fuel debt down. We are paying it off. We have 0 fuel whatsoever. That's because it's currently just trying to fill up here. And the whole issue is because of our coal situation. We got coal here, we just can't get it into here. So let's have a look if we can actually buy construction parts. No, doesn't look like there's anywhere to actually be able to buy them. Can we maybe, just borrow that. 112. Repay that straight off. Oh, I did not mean to borrow that. Yeah, okay. We can borrow our construction parts level 2, but we don't have access to them, so we can't do that just yet, so we're not going to worry about that. Anyway, we still slowly paying our fuel off. We need 367 a year. This has only been working 32% a month and 63% a year. That's because of this coal situation here. These are still building their systems here, so I'm going to set this at, I think 10 will come up level, and we'll set this one as 10 as well. We do have some trucks coming to pick up this slag. Yeah, we just can't get the rock out quick enough is the issue. We do have trucks that want to try and take out of here. They want to take all of it. Let's look at buying some more concrete. Beautiful. Yes, the coal is still pretty full. You know what, we don't actually have any research going. Maintenance depot tier 2. Let's look at getting that. And what that will do for us is actually help with not having to boost this current one that we've got. So our maintenance is still playing a big part in this. We got the copper, we got the rubber, we don't have the metal over here. So I'm trying not to sell too much metal. You know what, we could actually almost bring it back over here just to stock these up, which we might actually look at doing. We can prevent these trucks from having to bring metal over here. Let's do it. We are generating our construction part tier 2s, and we're not having to get rid of them in any way. So let's stick to that. So we're going to go straight up here, straight up and over all of this stuff up against the farm. Then we'll go a gap of 2 across there, and well, we won't need trucks to come through this way, so we can just go there. And then what we'll do is we'll get our flat lift here, we'll flip it around, and we will set it up like that. We'll also go one on the corner here. I actually don't think that's high enough at all, so let's try that again. Rotate that around, flip it. There we go, that's what we want. We might even chuck that second one just there, and chuck that one there. Beautiful. So let's get that fast built. At least get some iron moving here. Should see the iron coming out now. There'll be 71 on this line. And that will fill up our ports here as well. So what I'll do is also get rid of the trucks and only receive half a thing there. The same with this setup with conveyor belt, and the same thing with this as well, only receive half. But as we can see, this will still fill up. We would have had a truck on its way to deliver that, that's why that there is full. These are currently not full, but they should start filling up now. Our iron here, it's just once until this is full. There we go. And we should have a full line coming along now. Same thing, once this is half full, this will all be built up and backed up here. But our iron is playing a big issue at the moment. Well, not our iron, but our iron getting around to here. Once we get that up and running, we won't have to be waiting on the trucks. And as you can see now, it is starting to actually build up. We need 15 iron per minute there, 15 there, and we need 9 and 9 there. But this will sort the issue out with the whole trucks. These are still going to take their 60 or 40. Yeah, so these are still going to take their 40. That one says 60. That one says 40. I wonder where they get their calculations from, because yeah, it's two different things there. And our trash mound is almost finished. We are still clearing plenty of this stuff out. We are still building our mountains out here. Once our trash is all gone here, we won't have to worry about too much there. Now, let's look at actually just upgrading this. We'll let it do it by itself. Let's check our trades real quick, or our loan. Our loan is still going down, so we are still recovering from that, which is good to see. Our fuel is almost full. But yeah, we're definitely paying off our loan. You know, that was at 16,000, now it's going down, which is a very good sign. And if we can pay that off, then we don't have to worry about any debts whatsoever until we take a next loan, and we'll be a lot more smarter about it. Probably wasn't the way we should have done it, but then again, it was a split-second decision because we didn't have any of our system built over here, which is one thing you've got to always be thinking ahead. Like our food, for instance, I can clearly see that that is going down. Not so much we've had an increase, but because we've now got 555 people here, that is actually where we're losing. We've added another settlement, which has added more people into our housing, and that holds 140 people. So we added another 140 people onto our housing, which is causing the issue there. But if we have a look, our reputation is back up to 20, so we're back even now. Still can only have one loan. Still can't borrow any of those. I don't know if I want to borrow those, because they're something that will go up really quick if we're not careful. Once I got this area here, I want to look at starting to build our concrete, a permanent concrete boundary that we can expand when needed. As you can see, our iron plates are being built there. They're still max. That's actually max. So now all of our iron plates are going into here. That's why this is building up so quick. But once we get that all done, we should start building up in here. It's just because now we've added extra storage onto here. That is why it's not building up as much. Right, let's have a little think here. I do want to build some more land to build another farm. We could almost build one here, but I do want to expand backwards. Yeah, well, I'll have a little think about this, but I'll leave this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are enjoying this series, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as well as any feedback. That always helps me figure out what needs to be fixed, as well as any game suggestions, or even if you guys have a better solution in this that I'm not looking at, um, or don't think of, throw that in the comments. I like to read them, and it also helps me out. But yeah, with all of that out of the way, we have done a little bit of stuff here. We've definitely expanded a little bit more. We now have our second side of our oil going now, so we're now at full capacity, as well as we are now paying our loan off, which is a good thing. But anyway, with all that out of the way, thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.